What is the relic on Mars? The power to create your own weapon.
What is the relic on Mars? I didn't actually listen to what it was saying before. Mars. Hold on.
The power to create your own weapons.
So this is the new exotic, right? What is this? Is this an auto rifle? What the hell is this thing? He said what in the twab? That twab was so long. Did he say we're getting Mars back? Really? Oh my god, dude. I totally don't remember that. What weapon is this? I wonder if... Is this the exotic? Like, I'm assuming the exotic is coming with all these things. Like, this is an amazing... This is an amazing roll. Holy shit. We are probably getting a portal like the lighthouse. Lame. Lame. I want Mars back. Although, what if I was right? Grand Overture. I like the name, and we're getting back into music again. It's like it's got to be a heavy because it looks kind of like a shit. What's the Leviathan one? The shotgun I like. Parasite, worm launcher with increasing damage. So that's like a grenade launcher, I assume, or is it more like a rocket launcher? A worm launcher. Osteostrica. That looks like a Vice weapon. Not gonna lie. Swarming projectiles trigger a toxic burst. That's probably gonna go with your gauntlets. The glaive. So each character has a glaive. Oh, the hunter has the cool glaive. I'm jealous, dude. Like, I want lightning on my warlock. Screw the hunter. Hoarfrost Z chest. Stasis wall replaces barricade. Great. Like, we need more stasis walls. Alright, here we go, folks. They cut us short. Grab your coffee. Dustin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Bear Den. Yeah, let's go. For sure. I want to know what that first weapon was. Do we have the... This looks like crap. There we go. It still looks like crap. Okay, it's the thing. Also, let me know how the volume is, guys. Once they start talking, just tell me up or down. It's BNAT. Fucking BNAT. Why Dustin? That's so, like, boring.
I know what you're wondering. What is true and what is false?
The Witch Queen is an unsettling mystery. Our biggest foe, Savathun, has our grandest tool, the light.
This resolution is trash.
It's paying off narrative threads that we planted way back in Destiny 1.
This is worse than my videos.
I'm here to protect humanity.
How do we stop this?
The stakes in the universe are rising, and it's the greatest challenge that we've ever faced.
We're shedding that dogma of light equals good, darkness equals bad. We're really entering the mists and trying to discern what's in front of us and what's lurking just underneath the surface.
What is your truth now?
There are a lot of bombshells in the Witch Queen narrative,
Mr. Porn Stash.
and that's just scratching the surface of what we're going to get into this year.
Dude, the porn stash. Did you
Witch
say that
Queen
after I
and
turned it
Season
up?
of the Risen is chapter 1 and the beginning of the end for the Light and Darkness saga.
We're really, really getting to the core of what it means to be a guardian. We are looking at and asking big questions about the light and darkness.
We have a big bad that we've been anticipating for a really long time coming back in the form of Savathûn.
Savathûn's had a hand in most of the major conflicts that we've been involved
Stroking
with.
that crystal.
We've heard about Savathûn for years and just bits and pieces, and then like you see it slowly building over seasons until we come to this huge critical point.
Savathûn's no longer just someone you hear about.
She's not just interfering in little ways. She's now ready to take center stage.
Sight. 1, 2, 3.
Savathûn, she's larger than life. We wanted to make her feel imposing and very regal and dancing through motion in some way.
The light offers us a fresh start.
She's very manipulative. She is very ethereal, but she also has like that creepiness to her as well.
She promised she'd help us out with this pyramid ship problem that's coming our way. But the reality of the situation is Savathûn is only on Savathûn's side. We've outlived our purpose, and it is to Savathûn's benefit to wipe us off that chessboard.
She's lived among us. She has played us for fools. She knows us inside and out. And she's been a step ahead of us, like, the whole way. So how do you beat someone like that?
It isn't too late. You can still be forgiven. Be careful. I'll hold you to it.
In order to beat Savathûn, you need to understand Savathûn.
Her throne world is a manifestation of Savathûn's own personality, which is in Witch Queen going through a transformation through the light.
She has these areas that she's kind of trying to shun and push away.
Wow,
the old
that's
hive
cool.
areas. It's much more atmospheric. It's very dense. It's very claustrophobic. It's spooky.
Let's go.
Then when you make your way into the Lucent Hive area, it's a lot more open and broad. It's definitely brighter. It's definitely more lively.
We want people to look at it like an impressionist painting, something that's very pretty from far away, but as you get closer, it's not really what it seems. It's very unsettling.
You're looking at shapes, you're looking at these things within the world, and you're not entirely sure what they are, and you have to get close and you have to investigate.
What's really going to be exciting for players is that they're going to get to play that part of psychic detective, trying to solve the many mysteries of the throne world.
Let's go. I'm actually excited about
Witch
that.
Queen campaign, I think, is probably the most ambitious campaign we've made in a very long time.
We're building the Definitively Destiny campaign, so leaning into the journey you can find in exotic missions or the mechanics you might find in a dungeon.
You have to kind of think your way through. You have to figure out, like, hey, what do I need to do next in order to get to the end of this?
We've got Savathûn, right? The Queen of Lies. So this campaign is full of surprises.
Savathûn has all these abilities, and you got to make sure that all of the abilities of the bosses would be something worthy of her. And as I kept thinking about this, you know, I felt like I was really becoming Savathûn.
We've also added the legendary difficulty, which is called Become Legend.
It's not for the faint of heart. It's going to be loaded with these moments that are going to be frustrating, almost like teeth gnashing, but when you get through those encounters, you're going to feel like really accomplished.
Double rewards, yeah.
As people who have worked on raids and dungeons before, being able to broaden that experience for any kind of player who comes in is really important.
If the Witch Queen is the psychic detective fantasy and journey, then Season of the Risen is that same detective throwing on their flak jacket and defending Earth from the Hive Guardians and the Lucent Hive and Savathûn herself.
When Savathûn shows up on our doorstep with the light, the first person to lend us help is Keitel.
You want us to hit them. I need us to hit them.
She's got this light suppressing technology that the Cabal were using in Season of the Chosen, and now she's going to help us use that against the Lucent Hive.
When you're working with Keitel, she has a different approach. It's not about asking questions, it's about getting in there and extracting.
We don't really understand what happened when Savathûn actually was able to take light. So the campaign in Season of the Risen, in many ways, is about that story. Guardians need to stop Savathûn's advance beyond the throne world. And Savathûn poses an existential threat to everyone because she basically has an undead army.
In fighting the Lucent Brood, this isn't our first time in the game fighting other Lightbearers, but it is the first time that we'll be facing other Lightbearers that have much more relentless motives.
When you look at these Hive Guardians and when they do their abilities, you immediately make that connection like, oh, they are using my powers against me. As soon as we see the Knight pop its super and it has 2 shields, you immediately are like, oh yeah, I see that connection. And then it's like, and then you're like, it hits you with those things and then you're dead. And it's just an amazing experience.
The Guardians themselves
Yay,
kind of feel like a fire
knockback.
team
Let's
that you're
go.
fighting against. You got every class represented.
The Acolyte, when that character casts, does very similar thing as the player, like the Arc Wizard. The sparks go out, it's ready to go. If you're not smart about it, if you're not paying attention, you are essentially going to have to play that fight over again.
If you're successful in taking down one of these Hive units that are wielding the light, you actually have to go up and kill their ghosts.
That was like one of my favorite things that we were able to do in this game, is just that moment where you crush the ghost.
It's kind of this moral dilemma. A ghost is your companion, and now suddenly you have one in your hand and you're about to crush it.
The first time that happens, you're like looking at your hand like, I can't believe what I've just done. Am I doing this? Should I be doing this?
I have a ghost.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What
Like,
is going on?
Not like we have a choice. You're gonna make us do it.
Savathûn and her Lucent Brood are the most dangerous enemies we've faced so far. And so we're going to need better, more powerful weapons and tools to fight against that threat.
We did a bunch of work early on looking at various different types of weapons we could add to the sandbox.
We wanted to introduce a special weapon archetype that was effective more at a middle range, but also had these kind of additional roles associated with it. The Glaive is a projectile weapon, and it is a shield, and it's a melee weapon. We wanted to keep that experience in first person. It has an immediacy that you don't really get when you're using a sword because the camera is so much further back. Because this is also a projectile weapon with a slower moving projectile, the onus of skill on aiming these weapons is about leading and compensating for the speed of the projectile and anticipating that. If you're in a really difficult encounter and one of your teammates dies somewhere out in the open where you normally wouldn't be able to get to them, you can bring that shield up and actually get the revive and then fall back. Glaives originate with Savathûn trying to steal an extremely powerful weapon for her own use, and players will use the weapon crafting recipes that they find throughout the
You're not my
campaign
daddy.
in order to reconstruct this incredibly powerful and incredibly ancient weapon.
When you put together your glaive in the campaign, you just get a taste that that's what you want to do for the rest of the weapons that you get.
Weapon crafting lets you target a specific role and go and build that, and you know how long it's going to take you to get there, and you get exactly the thing that you want.
I really want to see what people do with it and like the feedback that we're gonna get and people sharing all of the things that they're doing with that new system. You're creating your Guardian and you want to be able to shape your Guardian into what you want them to be. And this gives us a great opportunity to continue to do that.
I don't like crazy hair, but her hair is kind of cool. Like with the shade
8 brand new
and the red.
exotics. The Osteostrica exotic submachine gun. This is something which Guardians have made, but it's modeled after weapons of sorrow, like Thorn and Touch of Malice. Fires swarms of tiny homing projectiles that land on a target and then explode in this poison burst. We have an exotic machine gun where the whole idea is be the Colossus. You can launch a barrage of up to 20 homing missiles.
It's a comical amount of projectiles on the screen.
We're doing an exotic glaive for each class this time, and the exotic perks tie deeply into the mechanics of the classes.
So that's 3
I think
vault
they're going to be
spaces,
really
guys.
cool additions to build
Of course,
crafting.
it's exotic. You can delete it.
We've got, you know, the usual suite of raid weapons, destination, activities.
Ballagant.
seasonal. I
That looks
recounted
like
them
a
this morning.
Ballagant.
I think it's about 50 new weapons.
I'm excited. I love Ballagant.
You're going to have 2 new exotic armors for each class, totaling 6, 1 stasis, 1 non-stasis. The Titan stasis exotic. Cast your barricade, and instead of, you know, this Traveler's Light and the Rally Barricade, you create a giant wall of ice. Even though this thing is massive, you still get all the benefits of a Rally Barricade. Warlock Void exotic, we called them the Devouring Rift legs because we wanted Empowering Rift to feel like it had a place in endgame content the way that Healing Rift does. Empowering Rift doesn't heal you. Well, what if it did?
Those look so cool.
In Season 16, you're going to
Hell
see
yeah.
a massive
Let's go,
revamp
Warlock.
to the Void Subclass system across all 3 classes. This is a huge update and will allow players to build craft in ways that they've never done before.
One of the things we wanted to do is create a core set of verbs like we did with stasis.
Anyone can run suppressors now. I think that's the pretty cool thing to be able
I'm going to be
do.
running suppressor
Yeah.
grenade
Oh,
probably.
We wanted you to feel like you were the energy vampire, feel like you were the night stalker, feel
Hunters
like you were
need
that
that
protector,
rework
that big
so bad.
sentinel
Their
titan.
grenades are
So you're going to see
trash.
things like Bastion, a new Titan aspect, where you
They
take
need
your
a
big old
solar
sentinel
rework.
shield, slam it into the ground, and create this void barricade that's going to apply overshield to you and your buddies.
My favorite aspect is probably Child of the Old Gods. As this warlock controlling space and time, I'm able to rip a hole into another dimension and then pull out this little like sentient black hole. Whenever I target an enemy, my
It's
little
like
black
a
hole buddy is
Void
gonna
Arc
fly
Soul.
over there and start draining their life force.
The Void
Okay.
3.0 update is really setting the stage for how we're thinking about updating the subclasses for the rest of the year.
We're going to extend this philosophy to Solar and Arc. Solar obviously is going to be about burning, but there's this other component to Solar, and that's healing. Arc is all about
Yeah, it
shielding.
is.
It's all about lightning, direct attacks, quickness. We're going to take the fantasies that you know and love today. We're going to embellish them. So what you'll see is like all of the new abilities, all the new actions you take, reinforce that to the core. Pretty excited about it.
Witch Queen is very much the culmination of the last 6 to 7 years of just Destiny all together. And really, this is starting the road to the final showdown. But things aren't necessarily just dark and light
20
anymore.
seconds.
There's a lot more nuance
I have
in
it
the
off
game.
too, except for 1 hour. I have to work.
It's
at
going to be
7
a real
p.m.
fight. Players have something that they're really going to be challenged by.
I can't wait for everyone to find out what's been going on with Savathun. Like, I'm excited.
You Guardians are so clever, aren't you?
From the throne world to the campaign to the customizable build crafting, it all comes together to make Destiny feel really new and fresh.
We've got more Destiny coming this year than any other year before. It's one of the most ambitious releases we've ever put together, and the team is firing on all cylinders.
Tell me, Guardian, what do you think you're going to do?
I also love the voice actress for Savathun. I liked her from the very beginning. And if anything ever happens to Lance Reddick, this game is dead. He's such an icon. All right, guys. What do you think? What do you think?
What is true?
We've got some interesting things going on here. Where's the void stuff? Those are the weapons. Interesting. So it almost works like collections. Father's Sins. Is that a shotgun? Yeah, it's got to be because it's special. Oh no, it's a sniper. 2 snipers. Deborah Wilson is fucking amazing. Is that her name? And to hear her being the voice of the big bad is awesome. You're ready to play the crap out of it today? Hype is real. Yeah, I'm probably not going to stream it immediately. I'm probably going to go in and do the campaign solo recording instead of streaming on my Warlock. At some point in the day, I'm going to need to team up with people to collect bounties. So here, I want to do a solo first. I want to get through the, I don't have to do the campaign right away, and I don't recommend it. Honestly, Like, I want to get as far as the artifact, and then I'm willing to team up and get the other two. Or, well, I need to get the other two for artifacts, and then team up, and then turn in bounties, and yeah. I'll do campaign on other characters. That's probably what I'll do. I'll solo Warlock, and then I'll hop online if you guys want to group up when I get on my Titan. That would be cool. Although I should experience it on my Warlock for the first time. I don't know. I haven't... I'm obviously not quite sure exactly how I want to go about doing it. And then the other question is, do you do regular or legend first? And people are saying you're not going to get rewards, the big rewards for legend, if you do the regular first. And people are thinking about, like, those major drops. Because, like, in Beyond Light, I got... My first drop was a pulse rifle that was, like, 40 levels above me. So, like, the campaign is obviously the right way to level up. Now, what I could do is just start it on my Titan and we could just play together. If you guys want to do that. It might be more fun to play together as a team. I don't know. What do you think? I could just do the solo Warlock stuff later. I can't believe that's a machine gun. That's ridiculous. And you're right. It is kind of like the machine gun version of Warcliffe Coil. So wait, who's getting the Void Glaive? Is that the Titan? Yeah, I think so. Warlock's getting Solar, which breaks my heart. I'd rather have Void or Arc. Okay, let's look at the armor. Yo! The resolution on this is so bad. There's our glaives. So we've got new symbols. So my question is, how is prophecy linked to the hive? Like, there's some weird crap going on there. I mean, we know they're linked, but it's not a very good view of all the armor. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think the Titan actually is not too shabby considering how bad Titan armor usually is. Here we go. Okay. I actually dig the Warlock armor. That's, like, to see it there, that is badass. And the Titan armor is not too shabby either. Actually, I like this stuff at first glance. Huh. You don't like the Titan chest? Yeah, like this crap right here. Like, let's just put some random weird pocket stuff. What are these, like, these look like bottle opener shoes. You can pull the bottle opener out by the handle and then crack open a beer. This kind of campaign might be fun to do together since it's like we're storming a castle. I'm down if you want to group up. The first part I'll solo and then I'll go live. But, like, you know where to be when I'm ready to start. The Titan, actually, the shape of the armor is not bad, which is nice. That exotic is weird. Yeah, the Titan got I don't know. Just, At least it's not Europa armor. That stuff was trash. Like, nobody rocks out the Europa armor. Okay. Let's talk about these Warlock legs. I don't know what they do. Like, I was so enthralled by how they look that I didn't even hear what they said on the ViDoc. They look so cool. Look at that. That is just ballin'. Something other than pockets, right? Should they put in an option to toggle it off or add stuff? You can replace it with kind of like a knife. Ooh. Like customization?
Devouring Rift legs, because we wanted Empowering Rift to feel like it had a place in endgame content the way that Healing Rift does. Empowering Rift doesn't heal you. Well, what if it did?
Wait, what?
In season 16.
I'm sorry, what? Oh. Oh, ooh. That is a nice looking outfit too. Look at that. Empowering Rift legs also heal you. I said I'm going to be doing some videos this year. I'm going to be doing gun builds for everybody. That's a yes. Like, that's a definite yes. Oh my gosh. That is a great idea for an exotic. Those boots are amazing. It makes empowering Rift heal. Yup. So, this could be fun. They make empowering him. Dude, they're gonna get nerfed because Crucible. I'm calling it right now. They are getting nerfed because of Crucible. People are gonna bitch about that all day long. I wonder if it stacks with Well. Healing rifts typically do. That's why I have no qualms. I mean, I usually put healing rifts down in Well just to get my grenades back. But, Well heals so much damage per second. So that's why things can kill you in the Well. And that's why putting a rift down helps. It's additional healing. By the way, I passed my magic. Congratulations. Congratulations.
You're going to see a massive revamp to the Void Subclass system across all three
I wanted
classes.
to look at this.
This is a huge
So this is Stasis.
update and will allow players to build.
Know. Melee final blows grant grenade energy. Okay, so that's currently on Top Tree Nova Bomb. So it doesn't look. I'm guessing they didn't take anything away. I wonder how it's gonna work though, because you have like the little whatever that's called.
Build craft in ways that they've never done
Hold on,
before.
go up there. Let me see what it is.
One of the things we wanted to do is create a core set of verbs like we did.
Chaos accelerant, hold over. Okay, I use that all the time. That's what I use for my Axiom bolt grenade. Wait a sec. Wait. Axiom bolts creates an additional seeker. So wait, right now Axiom bolt grenades split off into 4, so you can get 4 enemies with them. So this means I could get 5. Dude, with Nezi Sin, an additional seeker, like getting your super back even faster with grenades. Oh my gosh. Scatter grenade has submunitions tracked to nearby targets. Magnetic releases a short-range void blast. Vortex increases the size. And I'm still an Axiom bolt grenade girl. Huh.
With Stasis.
Child of the old gods in the deepest reaches, blah, blah, blah. Cast your rift to create a void soul. That's separate? What? Seriously? That's so amazing. When you damage a target with a weapon, your void soul flies to them and drains them, doing damage and weakening them. Dag nabbit. When a target is being drained, you are granted grenade and melee energy. Oh my god, this is such a buff. This is insane. Defeating a target who is being drained by your void soul grants class ability energy. So wait, are these in the same slot? Hold on. Let's go back and watch
Set of
that.
verbs like we did with Stasis.
They're in the same slot. Oh my god. If
Anyone
you
can run
combine the
suppressors
two,
now. I think that's the pretty cool
That's
thing to
probably,
be able
I'm going to
do.
be running.
that could be so cool. Yowza. You were getting pissed at that in Trials this weekend. Wait, which part? The healing? Would they update Getaway Artist or make a Void equivalent? I don't think they're going to update Getaway Artist because it's not the same thing. Oh, wait a minute. No. No, it's not the same thing. Getaway Artist doesn't do, it's not Rift Arc Souls. It's a charge your grenade to get an Arc Soul. That's funny that Axion grenades have caught on. I love Axion grenades. So, if you don't want to die to an Axion grenade, you gotta up your resilience to 70. And you won't die to them. Same thing with Thorn. You won't die to a Thorn shot if you have 70 resilience. But resilience is useless. That's what everyone tells me. Says the people who complain about things. Yeah, I was getting hit by Axiom bolts last time I went into Crucible, and I was fine. I actually try to do higher resilience for Crucible. Okay, let's go back and...
To rip a hole into another dimension and then pull out this little like sentient black hole. Whenever I target an enemy,
cool.
My little black hole buddy is gonna fly over there and start draining their life force.
The Void 3.0 update is really setting the stage for how we're thinking about updating the subclasses for the rest of the year.
We're going to extend this philosophy to Solar and Arc. Solar obviously is going to be about burning, but there's this other component to Solar, and that's healing. Arc is all about chaining. It's all about lightning, direct attacks, quickness. We're going to take the fantasies that you know and love today. We're going to embellish them. So what you'll see is like all of the new abilities.
We're going to take the fantasies you know and love today and embellish them. See, that is what Bungie should be doing.
All the new actions you take reinforce that to the core. Pretty excited about it.
Witch Queen is very much the culmination of the last 6 to 7 years.
And yeah, dude, so I grew up in the 80s, so we're going to talk about this mustache, all right? You guys laugh whenever I say it. That is a porn stash, okay? So, like, big mustaches were huge in the 70s, and for some reason, porn stash became a thing. And so if he's going to rock it, I'm going to call it out, and I've been calling it out for 2 years now. It is a porn stash. So... I know some of you are too young to make that association, but 100%. Also, a lot of the faces on this ViDoc, like, man, either they've had a ton of turnover or, like, I don't know. I know they've hired a lot of people, but damn. It's been a long time since we've had a ViDoc.
You can still be forgiven. Be careful. I'll hold you to it.
In order to beat Savathûn, you need to understand.
That was so cool when I can't talk when I saw that the first time. Streamer can't English. Dude. I feel like Osiris / Savathûn was done so well. Good morning, Psycho Bark. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? It's a very young group, right? He's doing motion capture in his garage. I know! I noticed that. I was going to point it out, but they kept talking, but it's like, so this is what went through my head when I saw that. I was like, man, gone are the days of Activision. Because, like, in Activision, when they did the motion capture there, like, they had this really cool studio setup, and with this, it's like, he's in his garage.
Stand Savathûn.
Her throne world is a manifestation of Savathûn.
It's too funny. What else do we have? The campaign looks cool. I am looking forward to that. So, we're getting double rewards for doing the legendary. If we're 3-stacking it, we're doing legendary. What confuses me is the 1360 power. Like, that's not a thing. That's got to be a temporary. That's a placeholder. They both say 1360. So wait, why? Okay, this is the classic Destiny 2 campaign difficulty to be enjoyed alone or with a fire team. Okay. I'm also looking at the map. We've got region chests. Fluorescent canal, alluring curtain. Where is this? Quagmire. Got 3 chests there, dude. Let's go. Rise to a higher level of challenge. You will face harder missions and stronger combatants. Recommended for experienced players with a broad arsenal to drop on. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna. I don't think Legendary is gonna be as hard as they said it was. I could be very wrong. Okay, so Savathun's Throne World is gonna be its own location. Interesting. See, we have the Risen. So we've got a Solar Hunter Risen and an Arc Warlock. That's gonna hurt. Got the Warlocks scare me. And then the Void Titan. Warlocks suck to go against.
Earth from the Hive Guardians and the Lucent Hive and Savathun. Then Season of the Risen.
Looks very moony. I think we're going back to the moon. Yep.
And is that same detective throwing on their flak jacket.
Wow. Look at these ships. This is cray-cray. Oh, is that a giant portal?
Defending Earth from the Hive Guardians and the Lucent Hive.
That's... I don't know who that is.
Hive
It's
and Savathun.
Kabali. We've got Crow.
Herself.
When Savathun...
Okay, wasn't he supposed to go to Venus? Like, are we gonna go find him on Venus? Like, what's going on? Like, why is he back here? Did they forget that he said he was going to Venus? Did they ignore that? It looks like Legendary version has modifiers while Classic doesn't. I didn't even look at that. Did you see the modifiers on the screen? Or are you assuming?
It shows up
You're
on our
probably
doorstep
right.
with the light, the first person.
Whoa! What is this? We're doing a hologram from our hand? Crazy Cabal. Y'all are so technologically advanced. Oh, that's Zavala. Interesting. As Cade would say. Mars. Oh my gosh. Did I go too far back or did I go forward? Sorry for the noise, guys. They're doing crappy ass workout in our hallway. So, oh my gosh. I just forgot his name. Iron Banner dude is gonna have more of a role again. So that's a Fallen. Man, Keitel looks cool. So this is the Guardian. So this is the Chosen team. Mr. Salad. There you go, Salad Man. I really want to know what's going on with Mars, dude. Okay, there's something else I want to look. I just saw something. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, that looks cool. Where the heck is that? Looks EDZ-ish. I'm wondering the same thing. Dude, if Mars came back, and here's the other thing though, if they brought it back, I really want Escalation Protocol back. Like, they need to give it to us. That is my favorite activity of those types. Oh my gosh, dude. I was on Mars almost every day. They probably not bring it back because like Escalation Protocol was such a good farm, especially if you solo played. People are saying that Mars is going to be more like a D1 Mars. That's part of the Throne World. Interesting. I want my Mars back. You know, they could give us both. I'm just saying. Yeah, Hogue Law pointed out that the stuff that they've removed from the game is mostly stuff that was done by Activision Blizzard. It's like Bungie is getting rid of everything that they didn't do. Okay, this is the... What is this? So... That almost looks like an Ada. Huh. Some creepy science stuff here. Well, there we go, guys. I think we've gone through this. You think it was a... It didn't look like a Thrall. It looked like an Exo. Like, for real disease. Totally looked like an Exo. All right, what are you guys thinking about the new weapon crafting system with the origin traits? Some people are a little upset. They're like, oh, none of my old weapons are going to be any good because they won't be competitive. I think that's a big fat lie. I mean, you're still going to go pew pew and shoot things. It's also going to take you a while to upgrade the new weapons. And... they're adding all these perks, but honestly, I don't know, dude. They might find a way to nerf these guns in another way. It also might be a hell of a grind before you get your god rolls. Just because something isn't great doesn't mean it's not good, and it doesn't mean it's not fun. So I've taken weapons out that clearly don't do as much damage as the ones that I use in raids typically. And I've even taken some not so great weapons into raids and did just fine with them. And the important thing is I had fun. I like to switch it up. So if you're the kind of person who runs a 3-weapon loadout that's the same every single time, then yes, you're right. All your stuff is going to be no good because it's your attitude. It's really your attitude that's going to define whether or not your weapons are good. My arsenal is top notch. Most of my weapons are amazing. I have great rolls in my vault, and I'm not deleting them. I am excited that we have weapons being reprised and we're going to be able to update them to the new system, and that just means that they're not going to be sunset anymore. So like Balligant, for example, I could have sworn that was something that we saw, and that's actually a really good kinetic shotty. And I have that in my vault. I have the Black Armory version. I deleted the other one. The other one's a static roll. But if we're really getting a Balligant, oh my gosh, I just can't find things. Then I'll delete the Black Armory one once I get the new one. This is a really, really good shotgun though. I should put small bore on it. Apply. I do enjoy it. So yeah, I wouldn't be too down about weapons in your vault. And some of the weapons aren't coming back. Look, I have a collector's account. I don't have everything because of how they changed the game with Beyond Light, but I have mostly everything. And I do have a lot of year 1 weapons that will be replaced if they're reprising, which you know they are. So like, for example, this disrespectful stare. This is funny. This is actually a decent pulse rifle. Obviously a year 1. It comes from Warmind, so Mars. And like, if let's say they throw a disrespectful stare in there for us to craft, I'll go get what I think the god roll is, and I'll delete this one. One thing I don't like though is they tend to get rid of the sights. Like, I do like the sights on some guns. So they might reprise this with, you know, your typical barrels instead of sights. But I don't know, that might not happen. Pulse Monitor, I'd be more than happy to get rid of. But until then, I'm not deleting it. It's cool but skeptical about God rolls because I've gotten addicted lately to the game. I only started playing just before Christmas. Love the excitement of getting the gun you want and just hope this doesn't make what makes the game super fun at the moment for me being redundant. Destiny right now is more redundant. Destiny 2 is more redundant than it has ever been. While we've gotten some great seasonal content, the fact is Beyond Light really ruined the game for a lot of us. I thought Shadowkeep was bad, but when they introduced sunsetting and they sunset content, and then they made these terrible 6-man activities that didn't require 6 people. Like I AFK Override. I'd rather solo it. But with 6 people, like I can't kill anything, or I can't really use my builds because someone steals my kills every chance they get, and it's not fun. You're not actually playing the game. It's just boring, mindless drivel. So, while Bungie could certainly screw it up further, I think we're starting to head back into an upwards trajectory with the game. They're undoing a lot of the mistakes they made. And in Beyond Light, they undid some of their mistakes as well, to give them credit. But not the right mistakes. So, this is a chance for them to redeem themselves. And I think the nice thing about a campaign, like an actual campaign, is you're going to have some great content to play through. Generally, the campaigns are pretty good. I loved the Beyond Light campaign. It was gorgeous. It was fun. Like, just don't go into it with a sour attitude like some people do. Like, some people will never be pleased. Most of us, I think, are just angry that Bungie, like, we know what Destiny 2 used to be because we played it. And it just hasn't been that caliber since. And it's because of leadership. Like, the minute they left Activision, that's when things started going downhill. So, we have new people in charge. They were in charge with Beyond Light, like, since February, I think. And that's when things started turning the corner. So I think we've got some good people in charge who know what they're doing. And, while some of the biggest mistakes probably will not be undone, I think we're going to have some cool stuff. I think it's going to be fun and interesting. And the biggest thing is it's interesting. And they're introducing mystery back into the campaign, it sounds like. So if they do it right, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Sunsetting Poison Beyond Light, if they didn't do sunsetting, it wouldn't have felt sorry. Yeah, dude, I lost a lot of friends over Beyond Light. Not personally, like they, we're still friends, but like they don't play Destiny anymore. My friends list on Steam, the great majority of people are Destiny players. The great majority of these people don't play Destiny much anymore. And a lot of them just play Apex. And hell, even I'm in other games half the time. And if the game was as good as it was, like, had they not gotten rid of sunsetting, I probably would not be playing Ark. I probably would not be playing Call of Duty as much. I would be spending way more time in Destiny. Because the stuff that we had in years 1 and 2 was replayable to me. All they had to do was replay the campaigns again. They were fun to replay. And it looks like with the new system, we should be able to replay the campaign. I believe it's replayable. And Destiny players have been asking for that since the beginning of Destiny 2. No idea why they won't let us replay it. I just don't get it. Beyond Light was your personal favorite story so far that you've played. You're super excited. Just been catching up on years of lore for that. Oh my gosh. So I want to do lore videos, but I just don't have time. There's so much lore. I'm still working on the Halloween one. Like, I have half of it recorded, and I just haven't gone back to it. So we'll probably release that one next Halloween. Just so much stuff. So much lore. I have one video out for the Books of Sorrow, and those are going to be highly relevant next season. I need to do 2 more videos on that, but I have, again, with the full-time job, it's really hard to keep up on everything. So, your biggest complaint is you do wish the game was a little bit more welcoming to new players. I wish more of my friends would. So, Bungie really tries to push group cooperative play, which a lot of us don't want. I would like to solo worlds. Like, there's no reason why I can't have the EDZ to myself, you know? Especially as someone who does video. And I first came into Destiny 2 when it was released. I pre-ordered it because my Overwatch friends all played Destiny 1, and they were like, it's the best game ever, you'll love it. Well, here I am, I'm a Destiny 2 content creator. And it's because of those first 2 years. It's not because of the last 2 years. If I had come into it the last 2 years, I probably would have gotten tired of the game and just left it and gone back to something else. But it used to rank up kind of like Diablo. So first of all, you had to solo the first part of the campaign while it taught you how to play the game. And it did a really good job introducing you to how to play the game. And I think if they had kept that in there and had the new light mission and had it all solo play, it would have been way better for new players. And that's one thing that I praised Destiny for even back then. Playing through the campaign alone taught you how to play the game. And the game, like, they give you like basic tips in the new light mission, but like you don't really learn how to play the game. And the reason why some of my videos are effective, like the Warlock jumping video, is because I still remember to this day what it was like trying to jump over a freaking crack in the pavement as a new Warlock. I couldn't do it. I didn't know how to do it. My friends wouldn't teach me how to do it. They're like, oh, well, you just jump over it. Because you know how guys are. We'll just do it. Okay, but how? So, because I remember my experience as a kindergarten guardian, I'm able to teach new players just the basic stuff. And then they had another leveling system. So, like, you had to get to, like, I don't know, level 20 before you could do certain things. And you couldn't use certain... I think you could use guns, but you couldn't do like certain missions until you got to a certain level. There was a quest on the EDZ that taught you more about like how to play the world part of it and what was available there. And then you would go up to like level 30 for one season, and then I would go up to level 40. And this was separate from your light level. I believe it was separate from the light level. That might have been light level. But it leveled up differently. And leveling was like a gatekeeper for content. Just to keep the new light players or the new players out of content they weren't ready for yet. I struggled with the jumping puzzle area on Titan as a... Dude, yeah, I hated Titan. I couldn't do it. It was terrible. And then I finally learned how to do it. And then the last year we had Titan, I fell in love with it. It became one of my favorite places. Absolutely loved Titan, and I would go through that jumping area and just I remembered it very fondly, because you know how you have that feeling when you, it's like when I use old guns out of my vault, it'll bring back memories, like when I was using Hammerhead, like I was this morning. I just had really fond memories of those days, like the Forge. Like I really miss the Forges. I want them back. And some of the content, like, I was really upset that they got rid of the Shaxx Valentine's event last year, because I wanted to create new memories with my new friends. That's what I wanted to do. Luke Smith, who was in charge at the time, doesn't understand the importance of when you create a game that almost forces friendships. A lot of those friendships will go sour after a certain period of time.
Looks like a fallen containment cell's about to drop out of
And
orbit.
you need to also give people the opportunity to make new memories with new people. And that's important. And the replayability of the game is gone. And that really hurts it. If you'd like to support this channel, liking and commenting on the videos tells YouTube to share these videos with others who may find them useful. If you'd like to provide monetary support to help keep this channel up and running, visit my locals and Subscribe Star communities.